Hi guys, Ru here, and in this series we're going to put all this knowledge of box cutter and hard ops into practice. So let's grab a cube and let's make it a little bit bigger with control. When you make something larger in scale, it's going to be easier to control it in terms of cuts, so Control A and apply scale. And now we want to slice it, yeah, so I'm using end gun and I got my end gun lock set to 5 degrees. Snap. And I'm in view mode, okay? So I'm going to start slicing this a little bit. Something like this, maybe not, that's not a good idea. Something like this, and then something like this, maybe. This could be interesting. Or in fact, this could do. In fact, we could actually go a bit more aggressive here, so do something like this. And this is a bit too fat, so make it a little bit more narrow. It's gonna make it more sportsy. This cut here could be a little bit more aggressive. There we go. Nice large front window. And this cut could be a little bit more, you know, diagonal, like this. It's gonna give it a bit more aggression as well. Now in top view we need to do something here as well, so how about we're gonna do something like this and maybe like this, right? Now we need to decide whether we want to go smooth on this cut here, or we want to go a little bit more, you know, rectangular. So not camera, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to sharpen this. There we go. Let's combine these, okay, because it's a mess. So let's grab all these with control and 1, connect these with 1, and connect these in the middle, so on this one, right, 1, and move this one up. There you go. And then we're gonna symmetrize it, so D, symmetry, and flip it, right? So how are we looking? We're looking pretty peachy. So let's select these and mark them sharp. Let's remove this one because we don't need it. You're getting confused. And let's see how we're looking. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. So let's select this and see if we can actually bevel this and get something, you know, decent, right? Let's see this. I don't like this, you know, this curvature here. How about we do something like this? No, that's boring. Yeah, the concepting phase is quite important, guys. Don't skip it, yeah? So let's move this one up a little bit, and this one too. In fact, we could make it smaller and move it up. So we could have some engines in here, you know. Maybe even cut it a bit deeper like this, right? Something like this, and connect the camera, not camera, this one, and grab these two here and see how we're looking now. We're looking good, but we're a little bit too fat, so let's slice this one like this, or like this, and slice this one even more, make it even more aggressive. There you go. This one is a bit too fat, so we're going to, you know, kind of trim some fat, yeah. Let's remove this camera from there because we don't need it. How are we looking? Yeah, we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. We could cut this one as well here. Okay. Sharpen. There's an empty inside, right? Yeah, let's delete it. It's from the camera. And these are the cutters, so Shift 2 and you're gonna get rid of them. They're in collection number 2, so Shift 2 will turn them on and off. Let's apply mark sharp here, and mark sharp here, and mark sharp here. How are we looking? We're looking good, but we need to shift this, okay? By the way, we need to, you know, combine all these verts because reasons. And we need to shift this, so R, and just literally rotate it like this. and we're going to symmetrize it again, and then we're going to remove this one. So we shifted this shape a little bit to the back, and I think it looks a bit more aggressive. It's cool. This one should be a bit to the front, so just simply move it. We could remove this one, dissolve edge, and make this one sharp. Come on. And see how we're looking. We're looking pretty good. Maybe we're a little bit too crazy here. Maybe let's rotate it like maybe 15 degrees this way. This could be flat, in fact, you know, or slightly diagonal. That's pretty cool, actually. Let's sharpen this. How are we looking? Yeah. Let's see if we can, you know, make this one slightly more smooth like this. It's gonna stop in here, which is a problem. So what we're gonna do is let's remove this for a second, okay, and combine these. Right, we're gonna run this bevel here, so unmark this and simply bevel this. Okay. Alright, so we can do now, we can actually cut it with an N-gon that has a bevel on it, okay? So press B for bevel and try to maybe draw it from outside, like really far, so the bevel will not, maybe somewhere from here, and like this. And then press B for bevel and, you know, scroll for more segments. And let's make it kind of smooth on sides, you see? Sharpen. We need more segments than this, so let's do it again. 1, 2. And bevel. And let's see how many segments we got. Let's make it, I don't know, 30 or something, so it's really smooth, yeah? There we go. And sharpen this. Now this should do, and, you know, symmetrize. This also could be slightly more curved here, so what we could do the same thing like this, you see. And we need to go further than that, so see if it's gonna look good or not. Slightly less crazy this bevel over there, so something like this maybe. There you go. It's a bit more sporty. And let's grab just a bit too dense maybe, so let's do it again. We can move this cutter up, so it's not a big deal. B, and maybe let's go for like, I don't know, 18 or something should do. Let's move it up a little bit here and slice it, okay? I think it got reshaped for some reason, but so one more time. B for bevel. Let's make it a bit smaller. That's crazy. There you go. And sharpen. Now it looks pretty cool. Now it looks pretty cool. So let's grab these edges and, you know, we could either bevel them or we could bevel is gonna be tricky in here in this situation, but what we could do is we could you know, combine these, see, and symmetrize to the other side. So we could just, you know, create a uniform shape in here, right? So, you know, remove these and remove this and combine these and remove these two, so we're not gonna have any geo issues, right? Okay, and then simply symmetrize it and remove the middle, and you're done. And now you got a perfectly connected geo here. So now we can, you know, do whatever the hell we want with it, or almost. We could always fix this with machine tools. I mean, with mesh machine if you wanted to. The thing is, I'm not sure if I want it to be curved, you see. I think I want it to be angular. What I prefer here is actually a chamfer. Chamfers are really powerful, okay? So make sure that your chamfer runs nicely, and it does. So we can, you know, drop it to the other side, and we can drop another chamfer in here as well. And I think this is for some reason not working, so press 3 to run a cleanup. And let's try this again. And now it's fine. So make a small chamfer. It doesn't have to be big, it can be small, yeah? And let's run a bevel on top of this chamfer, right? So cool. So we got this chamfer chassis. Same on the bottom. I'm just gonna run it across this whole shape, okay? Except this one here, so just run a chamfer on this, right? And sharpen and symmetrize it, right? And there you go. So this would be our chassis, which looks pretty cool. We need to combine these two here. What's going on here? Now let's go back and let's combine this. Let's symmetrize this again, and let's combine these two. What's happening here? We need to combine these two on the bottom, right? And mark it sharp. And remove this one in the middle so it's gonna be straight. There you go. Cool. And we need to combine these two as well, just in case. But we're not gonna sharpen them, just combine them, okay? So now we can run the chamfer all around here, so I'm gonna run the chamfer like this actually. What's going on here? Let's clean this and let's try again. Fascinating. What's going on here? There's some double edge or something. Here, double edge. This is not connected or something here. Wait a minute, what is going on? Let's go with the manifold cleanup. So go to 3D Plane toolbox and make manifold, and this could potentially fix this issue. It didn't. Okay, what is going on here? Yeah, this one is not really connected here for some reason. There's some kind of a double edge. Fascinating. Let me see the face orientation. Face orientation is correct. Let's remove this edge for a second. Let's see if this is going to help. Okay, let's remove this one. There we go, there's a double edge here. So just dissolve this and it should work. And we're gonna mirror this to the other side. So now it should work. Nope, not yet. Huh. I'm gonna align this manually, I think. Fine. Let's chamfer this and align this manually. Fascinating. Let's align this here and bottom, and let's just align it here like this manually. Okay, and let's see how we're looking. There we go, should work. And now all we need to do is change the angle to how the bevel reacts with the geometry, so change it to weight. And should fix the problem. Yep. Okay, and then symmetrize it. Alright. Cool. Now the blockout face is really important, okay? The moment when you get the shape locked, it's like it's a win. So let's remove these edges from the bevel equation. We don't need bevels on sides here. So we don't need a bevel here either. These needs to be combined. Okay, and then symmetrize it. It's really essential to clean your, to make sure the mesh is pristine before you proceed, because otherwise you might have some issues down the road. So, taking time to check if everything is fine with the mesh, it's really important. Okay, all right. So we can save this as a basic form and start playing with this shape. Alright, so I'm going to make a save and we can continue in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one.